Welcome to another episode of Education and Technology TV. In today's world, a passport is more than just a travel document. It can be a ticket to new opportunities, expanded freedom, and even safety. While most people obtain citizenship by birth or through lengthy naturalization processes, there's another route that has been growing in popularity over the last few decades: buying one. Yes, some countries literally sell citizenship. This process is officially known as Citizenship by Investment, or CBI. For the wealthy elite, it's a fast-track way to gain global mobility, tax advantages, or even a safe haven. But how does it work? Which countries are involved? And what does it mean for the rest of us? Let's take a closer look. The idea of buying a passport. The concept of selling citizenship might sound strange, but the logic is simple. For small nations with limited industries, selling passports can be a lucrative source of revenue. For applicants, it's a shortcut to mobility and financial freedom. Think of it this way: while you might spend years waiting for a visa approval, wealthy investors can simply write a check and bypass the bureaucracy. It's capitalism applied to nationality. And in an era where your passport determines how many borders you can cross, this has become a booming industry. The Caribbean pioneers. When people talk about passport for sale programs, the Caribbean almost always comes up first. These tiny island nations were the pioneers of the citizenship for cash model. St. Kitts and Nevis started it all back in 1984. For a minimum contribution of around $250,000, you could secure citizenship in just a few months. The passport gives you visa-free or visa-on-arrival access to more than 150 countries, including the Schengen Zone and the UK. Antigua and Barbuda followed, with options starting at $100,000 in donations or around $400,000 in real estate. Grenada, St. Lucia, and Dominica all have similar schemes, usually ranging between $100,000 and $200,000. For these countries, the revenue is significant. In Dominica, CBI has reportedly accounted for over half of the government's revenue in some years. European options. The Caribbean may dominate the budget end of the market, but Europe offers something much more powerful: access to the EU. Malta offers one of the most coveted passports in the world. Through the country's Naturalization for Exceptional Services program, investors contribute around €750,000 to the National Development Fund, plus investments in property. The catch: it requires at least 12 months of residency before applying. Austria is on the extreme end. With no official program, citizenship is only granted in special cases, usually for investments over €3 million and significant business contributions. Successful applicants gain an EU passport with visa-free access to 190-plus countries. These programs are controversial because they essentially allow the ultra-wealthy to buy their way into the European Union. The Middle Eastern and Asian players. The trend has also spread beyond Europe and the Caribbean. Turkey has become one of the most popular destinations for investor citizenship. A $400,000 real estate purchase can secure you a Turkish passport. For many, it's attractive because of Turkey's unique position between Europe and Asia. Jordan and Egypt have also experimented with citizenship for investment programs, though they aren't as well known. In the Pacific, Vanuatu offers one of the fastest programs: citizenship in just a few months, starting at $130,000. Why people buy passports? So, why would anyone pay hundreds of thousands of dollars for a passport? There are several reasons. Freedom of travel. A strong passport opens doors. For example, holders of a St. Kitts passport can travel visa-free to the UK, while someone from a country with a weaker passport may face endless visa rejections. Financial advantages. Some countries offer favorable tax regimes, no wealth tax, or better access to global banking. For investors, this can mean millions saved. Plan B, political instability, war, or restrictive governments can make an extra passport a literal lifesaver. Many buyers see it as an insurance policy for uncertain times. Generational benefits. citizenship can be passed on to children, giving future generations opportunities they wouldn't otherwise have. The controversies. Of course, the idea of selling passports isn't without problems. Critics argue that it creates two tiers of citizenship, one for the wealthy elite and one for ordinary people who spend years navigating immigration systems. There are also security concerns, since a quick citizenship process could be abused by criminals or corrupt individuals looking for safe havens. The European Union has pressured countries like Cyprus and Malta to scale back or tighten their schemes after reports of misuse. Cyprus, once famous for its golden passport, officially shut down the program in 2020 after corruption scandals were exposed. The numbers. According to Henley and Partners, a leading advisory firm in this space, the industry is worth billions of dollars annually. Thousands of people apply every year, and the demand is only growing. Here's a quick breakdown. Caribbean passports, $100,000 to $250,000. Turkey, $400,000 in real estate. Malta, €750,000 plus Austria, €3 million. The global passport trade has become so significant that it's now an entire industry, complete with law firms, consultants, and marketing campaigns targeting ultra-high net worth individuals. A passport market for the rich. For most of us, a passport is something we take for granted, or something we struggle to use due to visa restrictions. But for the ultra-rich, it has become just another asset, like a luxury car or a Swiss bank account. This raises ethical questions. Should citizenship be treated as a commodity, or should it remain a matter of heritage, residency, and belonging? The future of passport sales. The future of this market is uncertain. On one hand, global instability, inequality, and climate change may push more wealthy individuals to seek second citizenships as an escape plan. On the other hand, growing political pressure may close some of these doors. The European Union continues to pressure member states to shut down golden passport schemes, calling them a threat to national security. At the same time, small Caribbean and Pacific nations see them as a vital lifeline for their economies. It's a clash between economic survival and geopolitical integrity. Final thoughts. The world of citizenship by investment is a fascinating glimpse into how wealth can bend the rules of global mobility. It shows us how the idea of a passport, something that should symbolize identity, culture, and belonging, has also become a tradable asset in the global marketplace. For some, it's a lifeline. For others, it's a moral issue. But one thing is certain. As long as borders exist, and as long as some passports are stronger than others, there will always be a demand for the countries that will sell you a passport. What do you think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching.